Good morning and welcome. Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason on this Thursday. I hope it finds you well out there. And, man, a bunch of economic data out today will get you through it all. And what does it all mean? And, oh, man, the gaslighting that we continue to get, it really probably at epic proportions now. Even Jay Powell, well, stocks are extremely high, and we don't have a lot of good choices, but everything's okay. Don't worry. Just leave the bankers in charge. If you want to be in charge of your own well-being, this is the number to call, 800-951-0592, the website at allamericangold.com. What do? The physical delivery of wealth insurance, right? What are we talking about? Wealth insurance. What does that mean? Gold and silver. Why do we say it's wealth insurance? It keeps you whole, right? You don't become super rich by owning gold and silver. You don't. Chances are you are already pretty wealthy if you had gold and silver. But what it does is the more money our government and the central bankers print, the more valuable gold is, right? As things cost more and more and more and more, gold and silver, well, they go up in value. And then, of course, we've got the other side of it, too, right? The crypto side with Texit. Boy, big update. Another big update. Holy cow. It is getting very exciting and very real very quickly. But first, let's go over the data we got today, because it was an interesting bunch of data points that came out. First, jobless claims down to 218,000. So jobless claims, right? We've been in that 230 area, and a couple of times, right, it shot up. But now on the way back down, very unexpected. Jobless claims falling to 218,000. So again, that's not great news for all the rate cutting. And again, I've already told you, and you guys know this. Right? When is inflation going to go away? It's really a simple answer. Right? As soon as everybody gets fired, right? As soon as the bubble bursts, then it'll go away. So that was first. Then we got existing home sales. This one, not so good. See, it's down 0.2% in August. And, of course, rates were coming down in August. Disappointing figure, right around 4 million on an annualized rate, which is, take it from me, that's crap. Interesting. On the other side of it, though, the homes cost more, rose again 2%. Now the median existing home price, $422,600, which really means the average existing home price, probably close to $500,000. Insane. By the way, 4.6 month supply of existing homes. So that's getting bigger. They used to be 6 months was kind of the usual market. We haven't had anything near that in a long time. Creep it up there. Then we heard from, and I'll say this, is the used car industry in trouble? I think we're going to find out a lot more. We had the largest I'll say, bad credit tricolor go bankrupt, and a lot of banks didn't see it coming and were on the hook. And then CarMax down 20% today as they gave a very downbeat quarter. And then on top of that, we did get second quarter GDP, and we weren't expecting much. We were expecting right where it was. 3.3% was the number that had come out, and everybody was, okay, that sounds about right. And we had, all these issues with the tariffs and all of those other things. Remember, first quarter GDP was terrible because of it. Second quarter GDP, we saw the bounce back, but the revised number much better than expected. 3.8% second quarter GDP. So really, when you look at the data, okay, cars and homes, crappy, but GDP and jobless claims really good. What do we do with interest rates? Oh, yeah. Like that matters, guys. If you think that matters, you need to get the headgear flushed out. We'll be back right after the break. 800-951-0592. A quick look in the markets. The Dow's down 69 points. The S&P's down 25. The Nasdaq's down 90. The 10-year note, right? And no one knows what to do. There is no good choice. Just ask Jay Powell. I told you guys. 419. Whoops. Yeah. See, this is the problem, right? If you get good news, it's bad. Bad news, well, it's just bad. And consequently, what do you do? And I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to keep cutting rates. That's what they're going to do. They're going to ignore logic. They're going to ignore all the things that, for years they told us. Oh, no, just leave it to us. We'll take care of you guys. Yeah, we're very worried about inflation, and we're listen, we even promised that we made up, this number 2%. I told you it was a made-up number. It's made it up. When did they make it up? Oh, that's right, the financial crisis. That's right. I guess it's can you call it gaslighting if they actually tell you that we want to devalue your savings by 2% every year? Is that gaslighting? I mean, now, of course, they don't say it like that. Oh, no. Well, we'd like to have 2% inflation. Because they know that, listen, we don't educate people anymore. We just tell them what we want them to know, and we don't want them to know about money. Ridiculous. Of course, now what? Well, now it's 3. Of course, we really know it's 6. But, okay. Gold is unchanged. And no, it just went higher. Gold went up, down, back up again. 37.40. But guess what? Here comes little brother. Listen. Remember what we've been telling you. Ready? Okay, hold on. I want, maybe squeeze your nose and blow so your ears open, because I don't think you're listening. Okay, I want you to listen. I want you to hear this. When it comes to gold, the only debate this year is how much above 4,000 is it going to be. Silver, the question is, how much above 50 is it going to be? Silver right now, $44.75. Whoops. Whoops. Yeah. Here you go. By the way, I've got no gold eagles. I've got no cheap Gold Eagles. I shouldn't say that. I got plenty of Gold Eagles. They're just not cheap. I got no cheap 20s. Well, I think they're cheap. I mean, they're still, $38.95. That's pretty good. I mean, spots $37.40. Well, $37.40. Silver, I have one 100-ounce silver bar. One. We had two yesterday. Someone bought one. $4,100, which equates to, for us public school kids, $41 an ounce. And we got silver at almost $45 an ounce. Yeah, pick it up. Pick it up. You can use. Listen, it makes a really good paperweight. I mean, you can have a lot of paper with a 100-ounce silver bar. They'll keep it right in place. Doorstop, all of those things. 800-951-0592 as a couple of things going on that you need to be aware of. This morning, the Trump administration said, hey, get ready for the government shutdown, talking to the agencies to get ready to fire and lay people off. I don't know. Remember, the 30th, 5 days from today, is when that will happen. And so far, they're not even talking. Starbucks, boy, coffee's gotten real expensive. They're going to close stores, lay off workers. I don't know. When's the last time we heard that out of us? There's a Starbucks like every 10 feet. Well, apparently they're going to spread them out a little more. And then in the gold and silver side, boy, we've got a problem brewing. Force majeures being declared. Fremont saying that lower copper and gold sales are coming as they have suffered issues in the Indonesian mine. By the way, one of its largest mine, the single largest source of copper and gold, after a catastrophic mud rush, has destroyed vital infrastructure, claimed lives, miners are missing, all production being suspended. And Jason, they have no time frame for this to open up. And the problem, well, Joe Weiss, I mean, it's the biggest mine they've got, but I mean, come on, right? Is it going to be down a week, a month, right? That shouldn't be that big of a deal. No, it is. Guys, there's no supply of anything. There's no supply of by the way, copper flying to $5 again. Well,
and copper affects all the other metals prices. Copper's funny because it actually can affect gold and silver prices if they don't get it up and running, Joe.
Yeah, it's a problem. It is a huge, huge problem. We'll have to see what happens. They're calling this a black swan event. This is how important this mine was. And this is like a big pit mine, right? And I mean, it is massive. And what's happened, they're talking about 800, possibly 1 million tons of mud. I don't even know how do you even put that in perspective, right? That's like, I think we had a tenth of that debris after 9/11. I mean, this is.
I was going to say, I guess the mud didn't disappear on this one.
Yeah, right. I mean,
they're going to actually have to clean the 1 million tons up this time.
Dude, this is going to be a while.
1 million tons of mud.
This is going to be a while. And again, like I said, you just don't know what's going to happen. but Freeport force majeure, which just means, what does that mean? That means that people that bought gold contracts, copper contracts that were expecting delivery will no longer be getting them. So what does that mean? Well, obviously, people don't order stuff to be delivered unless they need the stuff, right? I mean, that's kind of the whole point of doing that, right? Which means they're going to have to get the stuff somewhere else. And, of course, what's the problem? Well, there's not a lot of stuff. It's not like, oh, my God, hey, no big deal. Guys, we got 1 million tons of copper just sitting here. No. We got all this gold just sitting here. No. Silver, it's even worse. There's no silver anywhere. Anywhere. And I listen, I'm not talking about silver eagles and silver rounds and silver bars. I'm talking about mountains of silver, gold, and copper that no longer exist. And now an incident like this, listen, yeah, I know it was the biggest mine. Okay, and by a lot. I guess that's kind of the thing, right? This is probably the worst place for it to happen to. But what happened? It's not like, hey, we're going to be closed a couple of days and we'll be back up and running tomorrow. 1 million metric tons a month. I don't know. Jason, it's going to be a while. This is going to have whatever was going to happen with the price, which was obviously already going to be elevated. This just makes it even more so, right? That just puts even more upside pressure on the metals.
Yeah. No, there's so many things happening that are pushing the prices of metals, and if you can't mine new supply, that is one of the big ones, Joe. So there's a lot of factors. That's a big one. You know, and it's one big mine. Well, it's what you just said, Joe. It's one of the biggest copper mines in the world, right? That's not good.
Yeah, literally like the biggest. And this wasn't like a little mudslide, right? I don't know, right? I'm sure it probably took out because you know how those pits are. Remember, these trucks are the size of houses, and they go in this big circle, right, spiraling down to the bottom.
Yep.
And then driving back up this big circle to the top. And this mudslide, it took out everything. There's no road. The road is gone, right? All the way to the bottom. Who knows, man?
I'm guessing this isn't good news for Venezuela. It's my guess. There's a lot of untapped resources that are probably more important now.
Yes, and then, of course, last but not least, the White House saying prepare to fire a ton of people. A memo shared yesterday, the Office of Management and Budget said departments must identify programs where discretionary funding will lapse on October the 1st, and no alternative source is available. Instead of a typical furlough, the Office of Management and Budget told agencies to get ready for permanent reductions, starting with positions that are out of alignment with President Trump's priorities. So is this another way? You know what? I don't know. Right? Doge, it didn't cut the mustard, did it? Right? They saved some money.
It was never going to.
But they cut some stuff. And now, of course, right, they had to call a bunch of people back, but they cut some stuff. They found some stuff.
Yes.
Right? There was no $1 trillion there, right? But
Elon Musk was able to go into the government and data mine and got what he needed, and they were never going to get anything done, but okay. They trimmed a little bit of fat, okay.
So now, is this something, does the president want this shutdown? Because it is interesting how they use. Right now, they're supposed to pretend to have meetings with each other and all this. They're not even doing that, right? Nah. Nothing productive can come. In the past, affected employees were furloughed on a temporary basis and reinstated once Congress approved the spending. And on top of that, they would get back pay, right? Apparently, not this time. And they're saying that apparently they're trying to leverage the Democrats because remember what, and I told you why the Democrats don't want to do anything. Because Obamacare premiums are going to go up 75% because the subsidies end. Well, now I guess the negotiation is, hey, we're just going to fire all these people instead of furloughing them. How about them apples? 800-951-0592, Joe and Jason on this Thursday, which just means one more day to Friday. So there's good news there. Again, we've got 100-ounce silver bar at $4,100, almost $4. It's crazy, $4 below spot. $20 gold pieces, $38.95. I say get used to it. Get used to $4,000 and above, as whether it's force majeures, lack of supply, a seemingly endless supply of money printing. It's just sad, right? Here we are again, right? Oh, we can't have a, but we haven't had a budget in over a year now. I mean, really? Continuing resolutions, and now this whole government shutdown stuff, and now, well, you know what? We're not going to do it like we used to. Now, if we shut down the government, we're going to fire everybody. What does that mean? Well, that means you don't get back pay, right? I mean, that's what it means. I don't know how that's going to work. I really, really don't. It's a dangerous game. And again, I'm for less government. The government's way too big. But this isn't even cutting spending. They're not even debating cutting spending. That's not even a debate. Right? What are they really debating? Well, guys, we just want to spend more money. Right? None of this is about spending less money. Right? The Democrats are upset because the Republicans spent money on something else. And, of course, listen, do you want to know the real cost of Obamacare? Do you? I don't think you do. You talk about the gaslighting of epic proportions. I don't think you want to know. I'll be honest with you. I'm with the Democrats on this one. If you don't subsidize Obamacare, I know what's going to happen. People are going to do what I did. I told you what my wife and I did. We just stopped paying, canceled it. Our kids aren't on our insurance. We're waiting. Our youngest son's no longer on our insurance. Of course, I don't qualify for Obamacare. And I had to pay outrageous amounts of money. And I think what you're going to see is, especially the healthier people, Jason, they're going to say, I'm out. Right? I'm out. I'm not paying it. Can't really afford to pay it anyway. Of course, there'll be some really sick people that can't afford it, and it's going to be bad. But this is going to drive it'll actually make healthcare costs even worse than what they already are.
Everything's getting more expensive, Joe. Everything seems to be having a lot of stress. Financially, everybody seems to not have what they need, even though there seems to be a lot floating around, right? It just seems to be floating into one direction, and everybody else is...
I'm working, but I'm not... I'm surviving.
Scraps.
But I'm not thriving.
Yeah, it's
right?
table scraps, you know.
Yeah. This is bad. By the way, Social Security people, sorry. Your cost of living adjustment this year will be totally ate up by the increase in your Medicare, Medicaid premiums. Hate to be the bearer of bad news. Pretty much all of it. Every single dollar of it. But I've been warning you guys. I told you the healthcare companies missed how bad inflation was going to be, and they need to make up for it, and they're going to. We'll see. Listen, I can't shut down the government for long. It would be great to be chaos, but they're going to spend a lot more money. That's why you need to put your gold and silver away. And another reason, you need more revenue. You need more revenue streams. Listen, we already got a record amount of people working multiple jobs. That's already happened. Have you gone? I don't even care if it's a Walmart, a grocery store. You know, now I don't know. I don't ask, hey, how old are you? But the guy looked like he was 80 getting carts at the Safeway. Right? You think, oh, yeah, you know what? Hey, honey, just for fun, I'm going to go get a job at Safeway and go out and get carts from the parking lot. Right? You see, you go to Walmart. See how many people over the age of 65 are working there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Why? Because they want to? Come on.
Well, you got to be careful. There's like a balance there, too, because you lose Social Security or...
Oh, yeah, right? You got to play the whole... Right? Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Oh, man. I'll just say this. When the bubble breaks... That's the reason why it's going to be so painful. You know, it's not terrible. I keep saying it, right? It's not terrible yet. But with the crazy, stupid amount of money we are spending, it should be amazing. I'll say this. This was probably the worst 3.8% GDP report that I've ever seen. Ever. Do you know that, 10 years ago, if the economy was at 3.8%, they'd be talking about 50 basis point rate hikes? Rate hikes. Wait, 3.8% GDP, 3% inflation. Oh, my God, we better raise 50 basis points. And not to mention, we'll raise rates 25 and 25, maybe another 50 at the next meeting.
Well, maybe a government shutdown will help the news for a rate reduction.
Right? Maybe. And instead, they're cutting rates. I must have been asleep when they were teaching this in economics. Obviously, self-admitted, I was no superstar student, okay? But I must have missed this in class, right? Because what it says to do in these situations, and we're doing the exact opposite, and we're mad because we're not doing it fast enough. That tells you how much trouble we're really in. I hope you see it. I hope you're smart. They don't want you to know yet because they're buying up all the gold. They're buying up all the silver. Right? They'll let you buy gold at $5,000. They'll let you buy silver at $100. That's when they'll do it. Because when do you buy gold? When you finally realize that it's hit the fan. So you got to buy it before it hits the fan. When we get back, a huge Texan update. Yeah, big one this time. We'll be back. 800-951-0592. Patriot Radio News Hour, the 100-ounce silver bar. I think that's gone now. That's it. We'll see what comes up tomorrow, right? $20 gold right now, $38.95. If you're just joining us, big moves in copper and silver today. Silver $44.75. Gold's $37.40. Copper's higher. The largest gold and copper mine in the world is in Indonesia. Just a disaster of epic proportions. A mudslide, 1 million metric tons of mud. We'll see how long that line lasts, that mine, how long it'll be down. But neither here nor there. The need for more income. We've been talking gosh, for months and months now about Texit and how you need to find something that allows you to supplement that income. You're going to need it. And here's the thing. Digital's here. It's coming. You can't stop it. You better learn how to use it. Here's your choice, I guess. If you don't want to get with it, well, I guess you just aren't going to want to do stuff 5 years and 10 years from now. Do you want to be able to function and have things done easily? Or do you want to gripe about how they won't take cash anymore? Or, oh, wait, it's a 5% credit card fee on top of whatever the cost of what you want to do is. Because that's what's coming. Unless you know how to operate in the new digital space. It's just that simple. Listen, this bubble that crashes, I don't know, maybe 100 banks are going to be left. Why do I say that? Because guess what? Nobody can afford to pay all these fees anymore. It's too slow. It's archaic. Listen, you need banks to loan money, right? Home loan, car loan, auto loan, maybe a credit card, commercial real estate loans. That's it. That's it. Matter of fact, banks are freaking out. You know why? They're allowing cryptos to pay interest. Well, they park them in their stable dollars. Why? Because they need them. They need those companies to buy the debt. Yeah. Why would you ever have a banking? Why would you bank with a bank again? That's what's coming. In Texas, we're there. We're at the forefront. We are bringing it to the masses. You know, yesterday I gave you this big update. Lots of exciting things coming, right? We got 3 of our mega mines getting ready to come online this morning. Later today, another exchange is coming online. This one, Biconomy. Biconomy. They are out of Canada, but they are U.S. friendly. And there's not that many, you know, most of the crypto exchanges hate the U.S., by the way, just so you know. We're figuring that out. But this is going to make buying and selling of Texas coin simpler, easier. They have a good relationship with Coinbase. And that is going to start trading here in a few hours. By the way, MEXC, any day now, we're going to be there. For MEXC, that's not a Mexican stock crypto exchange, by the way. That's very big. Them and Binance are like the two big, you know, here in the U.S., you talk about Coinbase and Kraken. Everywhere else, right, it's Binance and MEXC. We're going live there as well. Why? Why are we all of a sudden going live on all these exchanges? Because guess what? What, you think these exchanges want scams and rug pulls and all that other nonsense on their exchanges? No. They're figuring it out, Jason, just like everybody else has figured out. Hey, these guys are coming and they're not playing games.
Well, and then an exchange makes money with the fees and the exchange of the money going to dollars, going into cryptos, trading from crypto to crypto. And if, you know, Texas coin is small, but it's getting big fast, what exchange wants to miss out on the ability to make money on a good, legit crypto that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger? And if any of these crypto exchanges takes a little bit longer look at it, right? They're gonna see what Joe saw when he took a long look at it. He's like, oh my gosh, why wasn't this on our exchange already? Right, Joe? That's what's going to happen.
I took a huge long look at this. Huge look. And back when it was a lot less clear what was going to come out of this, I'll just say this. I think WEX is coming. MEXC is coming. I told you yesterday about CoinMarketCap, right? We're about ready to be a top 200 crypto. It's coming. And guess what, guys? We'll be in the, I still say it. I said it once before. I think we'll be in the top 100 before Christmas. On our way to the top 10. The window to really become, have the ability to change your life is coming to an end as the mine gets ready to close. Right, we're closing in, about 90 days left. We'll talk about that when we get back. 800-951-0592, Patriot Radio News Hour. Joe and Jason got no gold and silver specials. We are out. Everything's regular price right now. Text it. Guys, it's $9.95. Up. Each seat's $9.95. You can buy up to 27 seats. I've given you the math. I've been telling you about these exchanges. And guess what? Here we go. Here we come. Telling you about the mega mines. Guess what? Here we go. Here we come. Right? All of these things, they're happening. And we tell you ahead of time what's going to happen. Layer 2 is happening. It's coming faster than you know. We got a couple of things. Listen, we're already approaching miner 32,000. Remember, at miner 50,000. So 2 weeks, give or take. No more BOGO hash. When you get bonuses, if you take it in hash, they give you double. That goes away. Anyone that's in before 50,000, you're grandfathered in. My guess is, just my guess, we'll probably give away no free seats after October. That's my guess. Right now, if you buy 5 seats, you get 1 free. You buy 9 seats, you get 2 free. If you buy 27 seats, you get 6 free. 26,000 in change, right? And I, you know what? I just had one of my good customers in, and he brought his kids with him, and they're older, like 20s. And they sat down and talking about what it is and how wanted a lot of great questions and answers. And I was just telling them, with a 27 pack at $800 a coin, which they're projecting to be in February of 27, it's $1 million a year. Okay, let's say, but Joe, come on, you're saying 800, right? Well, how about 80? $96,000 a year at $20, just 20. Do you know that you would make your $27,000 back every year? 100% return at $20. By the way, that math works the same for the 9-pack, the 1-pack. I mean, I'm telling you that I think $100 is a layup. Now, do people miss layups? Yup, they do. Not very often. Not very often, right? I mean, there's no sure thing, and I want to be clear on that. But Jason, the way this thing is going, and you know why all these exchanges are picking us up? You know why the markets are getting into Texas now? Is because we do exactly what we say we're going to do, and we do it every day, every week, every month. Everything that I tell you is coming. Jason, everything that I said is coming comes, right? And Bobby and his guys, they do what, if they say this is what we're going to do, that's what they do.
So far, it's been pretty consistent, Joe, as to what this company's doing.
I hope, I do. I hope, if nothing else, take a flyer with me and just see what happens. Again, you know what? Between now and Friday, money back guarantee in the first 60 days. How's that? That's the best I can do. I won't offer it again.